Hello mga mamshies! Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. Don't forget to follow the other social media pages as well. And of course, today's project will be an easy one because next week we will have a wonderful top to make. Before we begin this tutorial, I would like to share with you all of the materials, and I have also listed down the conversions just in case you want to use a different yarn from what I'm using today. Now, to show everyone the versatility of this pattern, I also managed to use different textured yarns for this. So I'm not only using Indofill today on this project, I'm also using fine cotton with it. So to begin this project, you of course need 3 colors of yarns, and I will also be teaching you how to make buttons because they do add a certain level of fanciness to it. You can opt to put regular buttons on these pieces, but just in case, I'm also gonna show you how to make the buttons just like this for your ear saver. Buttons for this yarn, you need to get your marker, and if you want a smaller button size, all you need to do is to get a smaller object with a more smaller circumference. As a substitute, I did try this up on my other hooks. This is my 8mm hook, and for the buttons, what I did was I tripled the yarn. So if you want to know how that works, just check my other videos for the yarn hacks, and then just proceed to wrapping that yarn 10 times or more on your marker. After you have done that, carefully remove the yarn and make sure that the loops are still in place, and then hold it with your other hand. Get your hook and then put that inside of your yarn loops. Pull the yarn on the other side and make a single crochet, wrapping the other yarns using your running yarn or your running thread. So this is a simple process. Just put your hook inside of your circle and then pull the yarn through and make a single crochet, and make this multiple times until you manage to wrap the yarn around the entire circle. Now, because this is a little bit thick and you need the button to be compact, you can actually repeat this method several times. For this sample work, I actually did it twice, but you can do it 3 times or 4 times just so that you can get the bulkiness of the handmade button that you want. And once you have gotten your desired circumference or bulkiness, just attach the yarn together and then cut the thread and then pull it. Just make sure that you leave a long tail for sewing because this is what we will use to attach the button on the wings. Once you have cut the thread, all you need to do is just thread it on your needle, and then we will make the button even more compact because we are going to bring the stitches together. Remember when you were making the single crochets a while ago? We are now gonna bind them by threading your needle and thread through each of the stitches. You don't have to be precise, but it would help if you do it on opposite sides of each other first, and then just go around the stitches, making sure that you pull tightly as you keep on doing it. And as you do this, you pull the stitches tighter and it makes it look more like a button. I've seen other buttons that don't really do this, but this is my preferred method of making buttons. If you don't want to do it, you can just skip this method. You have to do this twice, of course, because you need 2 buttons for this project. So here are the 2 buttons that I've made. And remember, the color of your buttons should match the color of the wings. Guys, because I kind of went off cam here, but let me just explain that for the base part, all you need to do is make a magic ring once again, and then make the combination of 3 double crochets, chain 2 8 times, and then close your magic ring. So inside your magic ring, you should have 8 sets of 3 double crochets, chain 2. By closing this, actually it would look like a mini star, and you would see what I'm doing here is I'm keeping my magic ring loose and then just closing it once I made sure that I've made all of my sets. And then I just join it at the top and I fasten off. For the row 2 of the circle, just get your second color and then do a shell on each of the chain 2 space. Now each shell consists of 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets on each of the space. And then you don't need to do another chain, just proceed to the next chain 2 space and then just repeat that process again. Make 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets again on the space, and then move on to the next space and then close that up together. Now as you can see, while we're moving along, it kind of looks like a mini mandala because it's actually just that. We're just folding it in half so that it would appear like a butterfly. So once you attach this on the top or the first stitch, just fasten off and we'll proceed to the third color. For the last row, what we're gonna do is attach the color by using a slip stitch on the joins of the shell, and then from that make 5 double crochets going into the chain 2 space of the previous row, chain 3 and make a pie cut stitch, and then make another 5 double crochets inside of the chain 2 space, and then attach it with a slip stitch on the bottom of the joint of the shell from the previous row. So you'll see how I do it here. So this is the pie cut, and then after doing the pie cut, I do 5 double crochets once again. So that's 1, 2, and 3. I'm sorry if I'm going off cam on this. And then once you've done the double crochets, just attach it on the joint of the shells right there. So that's what I'm doing right here. You can do either a slip stitch or a single crochet, it's really up to you. Just make sure that after you do that, immediately double crochet 5 times on the chain 2 space, make the pie cut, and then do the 5 double crochets once again. If you're a beginner and you're not used to making pie cuts, you can actually just skip that. You can just make 3 double crochets at the tip of this if you want, but the pie cuts kind of give it more edge or make it like more butterfly like, so that's why I did that. And after you've done that across, just fold your mini mandala in half and wrap it with the excess yarn. And then after that, just attach the buttons like what I'm doing right here, and that's just about it. Usually when I'm doing this, I do get a lot of extra yarn, and with that I just use the extra yarn to make the antenna of the ear saver. So after attaching both of the buttons, I do get the excess yarn and then just chain with it. Here I did chains of 10, and then I just cut it and then I attach it to the main body of the butterfly. The long tail of the mandala actually is gonna help you bring it together. So once you have folded it in half, just wrap it on the center and make sure that you do have a lot of excess string on this, because you will also be using that yarn to attach the antenna on the body of the butterfly, just like what I'm doing right here. So as you can see, the center of the butterfly is just consisting of excess yarn that I have wrapped in the center of the fold to make it seem like I do have a butterfly body right there. Other people, they make chain stitches, but I would rather do it this way because it does give the same effect. So that's actually the video for today. I'm really sorry that we're not yet uploading the next top tutorial. I promise to do it next week along with the announcement of the Mermaid Dreams tutorial winner. So watch out for that, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye!